They were three dogs from two different years, and today each one weighs 150 pounds. There were three Cane Corsos in every room of this house, and my son has not taken a single step in his life without at least one of them between him and whatever's on the other side of the door. The breeder told us that 450 pounds of dog and a newborn baby do not belong under the same roof. She was right about the math. She was wrong about everything else. We got Diesel first, a blue-gray male with a chest like a barrel and folds across his face that made him look annoyed from birth. The breeder raised him on a farm outside of Raleigh, and the first thing she said when my wife Keisha walked in carrying a diaper bag was not a greeting, it was a warning. You have a baby on the way and you want a male Cane Corso? This dog will be 150 pounds before that child can crawl. He will not wait for you to figure it out. I told her we had done our homework. She looked at Keisha's stomach and said, homework is not the same thing as living with it. Subscribe to make their silent stories heard. Nix came 3 months later, a black female from the same breeder, lean and watchful, with a pink collar Keisha picked out and a habit of studying everything in a room before deciding whether it deserved her attention. Then came Raven, solid black, 12 weeks old, surrendered to a shelter because the owner said she was too much. Keisha drove 2 hours on a Saturday morning and came back with a puppy asleep on her lap and a pink collar that matched Nix's. Too much is not the word I would use, she said. Raven was still barely 40 pounds the day we brought Jalen home. 7 pounds, 3 ounces, born on a Tuesday in November. When we walked through the front door with the car seat, all three dogs were standing in the hallway, not jumping, not barking. Diesel in front, Nix behind his left shoulder, and little Raven squeezed between them, her whole body trembling with a kind of focus I had never seen in a puppy. Diesel stepped forward first. He lowered his huge gray head, sniffed the blanket once, and sat down beside the car seat like he had been given an assignment. Nix followed. Raven pressed her nose against the edge of the seat and stayed so long I thought she had fallen asleep standing up. My mother watched from the kitchen doorway and said nothing. Her face said everything. The formation started that first week and never stopped. Diesel took the left side of the crib, Nix took the right. Raven, still small enough to fit under it, slept directly beneath Jalen every single night, her pink collar the only color in the dark. At first, we called it sweet, then we called it intense. Then we stopped calling it anything because we did not have a word for what it was. By the time Jalen was 3 months old, none of us could approach his crib without negotiating with a dog who had decided she lived there. Nix would stand the moment anyone walked toward the nursery, not growling, not showing teeth, just rising, calm and enormous, placing herself between the door and the baby. You had to say her name, wait, and then she would step aside like she was doing you a favor. Diesel was worse. If someone he did not know came near Jalen, he did not stand or growl, he just locked his eyes on them and let the silence work. My brother-in-law reached toward the bouncer one Thanksgiving, and Diesel shifted his weight forward 2 inches, and my brother-in-law pulled his hand back like he had touched a stove. That dog is going to bite somebody, my mother said. She had read something online about Cane Corsos and possessive behavior. She said they were treating Jalen like property. She said it would escalate. Keisha's best friend, a woman who had worked with rescue dogs for years, watched them one afternoon and said the same thing. You have 3 dogs reinforcing one behavior. When one of them decides someone is a threat to that baby, the other 2 will follow and you will not be able to stop it. A vet we trusted told us to consider separating them from the nursery at night. He said bonded groups of large breeds could become unpredictable when guarding behavior went unchecked. 3 people, 3 warnings. Every one of them made sense. I started sleeping with one ear open. Every night through the monitor, I heard the same thing. 3 dogs breathing around the crib in the same triangle. Diesel left, Nix right, Raven underneath, never changing, never leaving, as though they had drawn lines on the floor that only they could see. Comment his name below if your dog chose your baby before your baby even knew they existed. One night, I sat on the back porch after everyone was asleep and called my father. I told him what was happening. He was quiet for a long time and said, "You know what you have to do." I said I did, but I could not do it because every time I looked at those 3 dogs arranged around my son, I could not make the words come out. It happened at 3:14 in the morning on a Thursday in March. Jalen was 5 months old. I woke to a sound that split the house in half, not barking, something deeper. 2 sets of paws tore down the hallway toward the back door, and from the nursery came a different sound, a high, tight whine. I ran to Jalen's room. Raven was circling the crib in fast loops, body low, eyes locked on the window. Not barking, just moving, around and around, like a living fence that refused to stop. Through the window, I saw Diesel and Nix in the backyard, shoulder to shoulder at the back fence. On the other side, something was moving along the fence line toward Jalen's window. Low, lean, too big to be a neighborhood dog. Diesel hit the chain link so hard the panel shook. The animal froze. Its eyes caught the porch light for 1 second, pale and flat, and then it vanished into the tree line. I ran outside. Diesel was at the fence, breathing hard, one front paw lifted off the ground, blood on the concrete where the fence edge had caught his pad. Nix stood beside him, watching the trees. Keisha came out holding Jalen. She looked at the blood and said, "What was that?" The next morning, a neighbor told us animal control had been tracking a stray along the creek behind our street. Large, possibly part wolf hybrid. It had killed a cat 3 nights earlier and walked directly beneath our son's window. 2 dogs met it at the fence. A third never left the crib. The cut on Diesel's paw was shallow, already clotting, the kind of wound that heals in a week and leaves nothing but a pale line across the pad. My mother had called it possessive. A trainer, a vet, and a friend had all told us to separate them from the baby. It was never a problem. It was the reason nothing got through that window. That was 2 years ago. Jalen is 2.5 now. He runs through this house barefoot and fearless, and every room he enters, a dog enters behind him. Diesel owns the hallway, flat on his side, and if you look at his left front paw, you can still see the pale line where the fur never grew back. Nix claimed the couch 9 months ago. Raven, now 150 pounds, still wearing that pink collar from the shelter, lies across the kitchen doorway after dark. There is fur on every surface I own. The orange toy Raven carried home on her first day is still on the living room floor, chewed flat because she has never let anyone throw it away. And every doorway in this house has a dog in it because 3 Cane Corsos decided on a Tuesday in November that one baby was their entire reason. The breeder said 450 pounds of dog does not belong with a newborn, but those 450 pounds are the reason nothing has ever come near my son. 3 dogs everyone told us to give up. 3 dogs I almost let go. And 3 dogs who now own every room because they spent 2 years standing between one little boy and everything on the other side of the fence. Were they being possessive, or were they the only ones in this house who knew what was out there? Tell me in the comments.